Hello, and welcome to the Christensen Customer Portal Web and Mobile Overview. My name is Andrew Thompson, IT Product Manager for Christensen, and in this video I will be going over the features and capabilities of the Customer Portal on the web as well as the mobile app. I'm going to start this video at the very beginning. No, not the login screen. We'll get to that later. We're actually going to start with account registration, which is the first step to accessing the portal. I'm going to be inviting a new user, and if I could remember the account name, I'll be typing that email. And hitting the save button. All this is showing is that I've generated an email that gets sent to the new user to access the Christensen customer portal. This is a step that you may or may not see if you are responsible for adding users in the portal, then that is the way that you would invite them. When you do so, the receiver of the email will get a register now email. They'll click the button. They'll fill in their name and information. Once they hit save, they will get a message saying the registration is successful, and it should log them in automatically. Once I've registered my account, I can use those credentials to sign into the customer portal. I'm doing that on the web at account.christensenusa.com. Once I'm there, provide the credential, click sign in. If I'm using the mobile app, I will pull open the application, provide my credential, and hit the sign in button. The first page I land on when I open the mobile app is the dashboard. On the dashboard, I'm able to see the credit summary and my inventory monitors. So these are all tank monitors that are configured to communicate via mobile network to the cloud. And those tank readings are available to me on these different tiles. I can also see the same information on the mobile app, which is on the right side of my screen. I'm using an emulator to show what it would look like on the mobile app. The mobile app is available in both Android and iOS. So as you can see, I can see what the current level of the tank is, the same information represented visually, the product, the name of the tank, and then a forecast of when that tank will run out. The next page I want to take a look at is the Documents page. Click on the top navigation bar on Documents to get there, and this just shows me all the documents that I have been sent by Christensen. I can sort by different document types, and one of those main types, one of the most common types that people will download from the portal, is their invoices. So I can click the PDF icon to open that invoice and see all the details. I can also use a note to record various notes about a particular invoice. On the mobile app, I can do the same thing by going to the Documents link on the bottom navigation bar. Here the navigation is similar. I can click on the document. I can open it in the mobile app. I can also hit the share button, which will prompt me to share using my preferred application in Android. This will populate with more links, specifically your preferred messaging applications when you're using it on your own phone and not in the emulation that I'm using. We also have some filters that you can provide, so you can search for a specific date range for your documents. different document types. You can also search for a specific document using the document number or any other information that appears in this table. So I could search for the tag, processing. Or I could even search for a date. Or a document ID. It's active search, so it filters actively as you type. Next, I want to show you orders. We're going to skip reports for now, and we'll come back to it later. When you click on orders, the first thing you're going to notice in both web and mobile views is that you'll get a summary of what's going to be delivered and what's in progress, as well as what's already been delivered. You see, I have the order number, the ship to information of where that order is going, what products are coming and their quantities, as well as a progress bar showing the different stages of that order. If the order has been delivered, I can see a delivered date. And if the order is still yet to be delivered, I see an ETA. I see the same information on the mobile app. One of the new features that we've recently released to our sales reps for testing is the ability to place orders. So here I can go in and place an order, for instance, for propane. And I'm going to switch my customer to propane. Just have to find customer that takes product. There we go. So this is one of our internal accounts. So here I can select which type of delivery I want to make or request, select the location, provide the quantity, the safe maximum for the tank, and populate the delivery details and the PO number. Once I hit place order, the request will be sent to our dispatch team and they will create the order in our system. I can do the same thing on the mobile app. Depending on the order type, it will have different information required for each delivery. So for instance, for transport fuel deliveries, which are large amounts of fuel, 4,000 gallons or more, I just need to provide a delivery date and a delivery time window, as our dispatch team should have all the other relevant information already. If it's for a tank wagon fuel delivery, which is less than 4,000 gallons typically, I need to provide a requested time frame. My options are emergency delivery, next scheduled delivery, or have dispatch call me to schedule. I can provide a PO number if I would like. Then an on-site point of contact name and phone number, as well as any special instructions. So that concludes the overview of orders. I'm going to turn now to our asset management and talk briefly about Field Tracker and Lube Tracker tools. We had the opportunity to work with a key partner, More Excavation, this year to develop a field tracking system that helps them identify consumption information beyond the point of purchase with Christensen. So the problem here was that this particular company has an on-site tank, and they get field deliveries to that tank from Christensen, our company. Well, we can provide them data in their reports page on what we delivered to that tank. But we can't tell them what their own employees did with the fuel once they pulled it out of that tank. So to fix this, we built a fuel tracking solution we call Fuel Tracker. It has a web component in which you set up your fuel tracker assets and a mobile component where you actually enter all of your transactions. So once they provided their list of fuel tracker assets and we populated their web fuel tracker assets for them, they can now go in and add more assets, edit assets, and even specify what type of fuel products those assets should get, as well as whether the hours or odometer will be required every time a transaction is recorded on the mobile app. Also, they can come to the QR codes button to print off QR codes for each individual asset. Once every single asset has been identified in this list, their employees are then able to go to the mobile app, and down at the bottom of the navigation bar, they'll go to the Enter Fill box. And here, they can select which asset they want to fill, as well as which asset they're pulling from, and then type in the quantity of the product and the hours or odometer that they read. They can also skip the filled asset selection by just using the QR code scan feature. Once they hit save, that information is stored in our online database and is made available in the report section. So if I go down to product transactions, fuel tracker, I will be able to see all the transactions recorded using the mobile app, which includes the odometer readings, the quantities, the asset filled, as well as the asset where the fuel came from. This is really cool because I'm able to see incremental changes in the odometer reading as well as the different fuel transactions, potentially identifying issues where machines are burning higher rates of fuel. If I know which machines are burning too much fuel or too little fuel, I can identify maintenance issues or slippage. The other opportunity we had was with a refinery. They had a different use case for tracking consumption. We're actually managing their inventory for them. And whereas before we were doing bulk tracking, this is container tracking, and all containers are serialized, so they have a QR code label. We can scan the label using the QR code scan function, or just select the container. Select the location the container is going into. You see this button at the top shows that I'm scanning a full container into the facility, as well as specify what type of product. It will automatically populate with the quantity of that product based on the size of the container, since the size of the container doesn't change. And I can save the record. The other step is to pull an empty out of the facility, in which case I'll scan the container. And actually, if I go and I look for product transactions, I can scan out a container that was recently put into the facility. So since it's already been scanned in, and when we did that, we provided the location and the product, those details are already pre-populated, and I only need to specify any remainder quantity. So if there's anything left in that container, I would just put the quantity remaining, and then I would hit save. All those transactions entered in the mobile app are available now in the portal reports page under product transactions. So I can run this report to do some auditing of what's going in and out. And I can also pull up a different report called product consumption. I specify a date range for this report and I hit view. So this breaks down the product consumption by location. And this is key for this customer as they only have 1 or 2 pieces of equipment per location. So if they see exponential growth in the average daily usage, then they know that there's a maintenance issue. There are quite a few other reports available to our customers that show you aggregate level product cost information for wet housing or fleet fueling. We have transaction reports as well as breakdowns by day, by month, by unit. And that would also include fuel cards if you have those. A statement report, transaction details, which includes every single line item you could possibly get from Christensen, or you would get from Christensen. So this is quite a powerful tool, and all those reports are available as an Excel file download as well. Lastly, it's very easy to manage access to your portal just by clicking Manage Users from your top profile icon and clicking Manage Users. It takes you to the Manage Users page, and using the Invite User button, you only need to specify what type of account they're going to have. A manager can invite other managers to the account or users, whereas users can't invite anyone to the portal. Specify their email and it will send them an invite. Alternatively, for more control, you can provide the same information as well as their own registration information and a temporary password. They will be required to change the temporary password the first time they log in on web or mobile. I can also edit these details at any point in time or deactivate this particular user if I wish. All right, so that concludes the overview of the portal. Thanks for watching and have a great day.